he's already not allowed up, but during the week I have to drop my grandson off for school and pick him up in the afternoon. So while I'm gone, please don't let my daughter's ex-husband visit her up here. Of course, the hospital is only going to admit the people that's on the list. Okay, I don't think he's going to attempt to come up while I'm not here, but he's a very impulsive individual, and I just want the hospital staff to be aware of him. I know my daughter would not want him to come visit her while she's in this condition. And I see you have your grandkids with you. You're the only one with custody of them right now, right? I'm currently the only one with custody of my grandkids, with the exception of her current baby's father, who's not in the picture right now. I don't really see him coming to the hospital at all, but if either one of them show up, I need to know. Especially with Joey, because they have a long history of domestic issues, and he has no right to be up here. I just hope you're not getting any ideas, because we're not going to be raising one of your grandkids. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't get any ideas in your head. All I did was tell you the situation. All I said was if Joey's ex-wife passes away, he gets his son back. When did I say I was moving my grandson in? I don't have rights to my grandson. God forbid your former daughter-in-law passes away and your son gets his son back. You're the one that's going to wind up raising him, and I'm not having that. I'm not having a little kid running around this house. I understand if he comes and visits and you get to see a grandkid, fine. I'm not raising no kid, though. Daughter-in-law is still alive as far as I know. But if the worst case scenario happens, I have every right to help my son raise his son. I'm the one that got us this house. So I have a say. And I don't want to be like that, but I have a say. I let your son move in the basement, did I not? And you've already kicked him out 8 times and let him move back in 10. It's like a bus station. We're not having your grandkid. You're not raising your 3-year-old grandkid here. No, Joey did not see his custody agreement. He does not even know he gets custody of Junior if Miranda passes away, and we will cross that bridge when we get to it. But you can bet your ass, if I get to see my grandson, I'm gonna see my grandson. You're not doing that in my house. Your house? Hey, can I get you anything? A more comfortable chair to sleep on? Any food from the cafeteria or anything? Okay, and no thank you, I'm good. I don't need anything right now. Really don't have much of an appetite. Will you just let me know if you need anything? We should be giving you a new update on Miranda soon. In the meantime, we did get some complaints from some of the patients down the hall. I'm sorry. Complaints? Yeah, nothing that you did or anything like that, but they're complaining that your grandson is a little loud. So I know you're going through. I'm sorry, but he's a toddler, and I've been focusing on my daughter. I haven't really been telling him to be quiet. We can close the door, but other than that, I don't know how to quiet down a toddler 24/7. We've been living here. I know, I understand, but everyone on this floor is kind of going through things too. So we just have to be mindful of the noises that we're making. I understand he's a toddler, but maybe we can find some sort of, a caretaker for him in the meantime. I don't have anyone else to watch him. And I will tell him to quiet down at times, but he is 3 years old. There is only so much that I can do by myself. This is hard on him as well. Yeah, no, I understand that. And then this isn't coming from me, but if the noise doesn't stop, then I'm gonna have to ask you to not be here. You and everyone else on the floor, it's very lucky that I'm gonna go be visiting my sister. But if I wasn't, everyone else on this floor can kiss my ass. I'm sorry to unload all of that on you, and that's the current situation. What I wanted to also tell you is that if something, God forbid, were to happen to Miranda, your brother would be getting custody of his son again. The agreement says that in her passing, custody would revert back to him. Oh my God. So who would get custody of Charlotte if that happened? I know her baby's father's not in the picture right now. That I don't know. I only have a copy of Joey's custody agreement. Well, the whole situation, Miranda wasn't responding to my phone calls and stuff. I never thought she was in the hospital. This is a horrible situation. Yeah, it's horrible. What I did want to speak to you about was if Joey were to get custody in the worst case scenario, I don't think it's in Junior's best interest to be living with him by himself. And there's only so much that I can do. And, I can't be with Joey 24/7. I don't think it's going to be a wise decision to have Joey live here with Junior. So, if we could somehow get you custody, I think the court would really approve that. I don't want kids to begin with, therefore I don't think I would be the best candidate to raise my nephew as much as I love him. So you wouldn't want custody of your nephew if, God forbid, Miranda passed away? I don't typically think of Miranda dying, so I never thought of any of this. I don't think I'm equipped to raise a child, even if he's already 3. You know what, the hell with Sal. I would let Joey live here with Junior. I already extended the invite for Joey to move back in. But, again, I can't be with him 24/7. And I trust you more than him to raise Junior. And I just think it would work better for our family. Think about holidays. And Miranda's not just my former sister-in-law, she's my best friend. So to find this out and then sit here and discuss who gets custody of her kid feels insensitive and wrong. And I don't like this conversation. I don't think she's going to pass away, and I'm not trying to be insensitive. But these are things we have to think about. Because if we don't get custody of Junior when she passes away, then we're in the same boat and we're still never going to get to see him. Junior also has Miranda's family. And to have this discussion without them involved is also kind of wrong. Everyone should have a say where Junior goes. It's not just left up to me and you, or Joey, or her mom. We should all have a meeting. I have no problem with Miranda's mother. I'm friends with her. But her raising my grandson and getting to be a grandparent when I don't? Your brother waived his visitation rights under the notion that Miranda would raise Junior for the rest of his life. Not Miranda's mother. Not Nanny Agatha. Not Gina, her sister. With all due respect, I'm closing up because the way you're talking and the way you're thinking reminds me of an older version of you. And that's not who I want to be around. I enjoyed the person you were being lately. But if you're just gonna play volleyball with your grandkid, I don't want to do that. Gabby, I love you. And I don't want you to think of me as a monster or that I'm reverting to my old ways. I say all this to you because if you or I don't make a move, if Miranda passes away, then your brother will. He will find out that he's the one that the court will let him know. I can't stop him from knowing that. So your nephew will be living with Joey, who only knows how to cook Chef Boyardee, still has me do his laundry, and probably has a drinking problem again. I'm just thinking of your nephew, my grandson. I have to. Okay. I just think that when it comes to Junior's custody, this is something we need to think about right now. I think we should cross that bridge when we get to it and focus on Miranda getting better. And I think that we should be praying that she doesn't pass away. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I don't want to do the wrong thing or rub you the wrong way. I just am fearful for Junior's safety. Don't want him living with the wrong person. And I think what I just told you about him possibly getting custody if she passes away, we keep that between us. So he doesn't need to know that, because he will run with it. You get custody of your son if your ex-wife passes away. That's what your new custody agreement says. You're lying. How do you know that, of all people? How do you know this information? Because your mother got a copy of it in the mail. Your lawyer sent it to you since you missed the date. And it says if anything ever happens to her, you get custody. I get my apartment back. I forget to change my mailing address. I should have got a P.O. box. And now she's opening my... Was she going to tell me this? Or was she just going to hide it from me? Yeah, I'm sure she was going to tell you that. I'm telling you this. Because if God forbid your ex-wife passes away and you get custody, you're not moving into this house with your kid and expecting your mom to pick up the slack. I'm not with your mother for her to be a mother again. You understand me? She's a grandmother. Someone that gets to see the kid every holiday, every Sunday, and that's it. I'm not raising no kid. I need to see this in writing to believe it. But if it's true, this changes everything. Because I was being polite to my ex-mother-in-law. I was being considerate. But the truth is, if anything happens to my ex-wife, which I hope doesn't, I pray doesn't, but I get my son. Not the new baby daddy, not my former mother-in-law, me.
Hey Martha, today I read on the internet that probably less than 1% of parents waive their visitation rights in the US. But I don't know how true that is.